headed out to meet somebody I've been talking to for about a week, and I don't really know a whole lot about him. It was just kind of like, hey, I met this one on Match.com. I think he showed up in my matches or something, and he looked cute, so, and he looked like he had some good qualities going for him, and he's also age appropriate. He is 38, I believe, and that's good. I think that's the oldest I have dated in a while. So he wanted to get together last week, but I was leaving to DC, so I couldn't, and he told me to get in touch with him when I got back, which I did today, and he's like, yeah, let's get together. I usually don't like to go out on school nights because I have to come home and get ready from work, and then I have to be to bed early the next day, but you know, I'm just trying to be a little bit more flexible, and why not? So initially I thought maybe we were gonna go hiking or something. Then he said that he's starving, and do I want to go get something to eat? Am I hungry? I'm like, I haven't had a guy do that in quite a while. Yeah, I actually am hungry. I don't even know what I ate today. I did not know. I don't know what I ate today. Anyway, so he's like, yeah, I can't really find anything that's near you. Does Outback Steakhouse sound good? And I'm like, what? Outback Steakhouse? Like, man, I have not been to a restaurant. I've not had somebody take me to a restaurant. Honestly, I cannot remember. I think it's been since 2014, and it's 2017. I have dated since then. Had kind of a serious dude since then, but he was young, so yeah, that's probably why. And anyway, I'm like, that's awesome, bringing out the big guns. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. He's 6 foot, at least that's what his profile said, so I am interested to see how accurate that is. Usually when I see 6 foot, that kind of flags me for like, guys like to round up to that. I cannot miss where I'm going. I think he's already there. I don't know how this is gonna go. I like just to keep it simple, like go get frozen yogurt or whatever. I don't like coffee. I think I should get over there. Oh gosh. Yeah. I don't like coffee. I don't drink. And I just feel like I just kind of hate those kind of dates anyway. They're just like interview dates. There's a saying, it goes, coffee is for an interview, lunch is for a friendship, and dinner is for romance. So it's like this guy is trying to get the romance, taking me to the Outback Steakhouse, and I need to figure out where I'm going. So I'm going to have to sign off for now and check back in when this date is done. I brought out the red. It's like the red dress style. That was the weirdest date. Like, that guy's personality was so strange. I walked in, he was already there, and he was sitting down, and he didn't stand up when I came in at all, like to give me a hug or shake my hand or anything, but he like looked me up and down. I'm like, what the heck? He had a hat on. He was wearing a backwards hat. It was just so strange. I can't even like put it together. I just don't even know what the heck just happened. I noticed things like, does the guy let me order first? Order my drink first? Does the guy let me order my food first? Does he say, you know, go ahead? Is he aware of things like that? which this guy did not do that. Then when they brought out the bread, because Outback Steakhouse has free bread, you know, he like immediately went for the bread, cut it. I thought he was gonna cut like the bread for us, but he just cut himself a huge piece and then buttered it and ate it, and then I cut myself a piece, and then there was like a, you know, just one piece left. So I get way over. So I was eating my piece, and then he just ate that last piece. He didn't ask if I wanted it or anything. Okay. And then the conversation was just kind of strange. Like, we talked a lot about religion. Okay, you know, coming from Utah, that's comes up, and this guy happens to be LDS. I no longer practice the LDS religion. And so sometimes LDS guys do not want to date women who are not LDS. LDS being a Latter-day Saint, also known as a Mormon. And this guy wasn't really hung up on that, except I proceeded to tell him why, because he asked me why I was not active in the church, and I told him, and he pretty much laid it out for me that he couldn't ever date somebody like me. Let me take this off. Okay, I got this little fuzzy rat thing or cat thing, whatever, but it's like, I don't know if it's hanging in the way of the lens or what, but anyway, that he could never date anybody like me because I wouldn't be supportive of what he does. And I'm just kind of like, I mean, it didn't hurt my feelings. Like, I was just like, okay, whatever. Is this date done? But then he just kept me there forever and ever and ever. Like, how do you feel? I mean, is that an accurate representation? Am I reading you correctly? I mean, I don't know you, but maybe. And then he would say crazy things like he's gone back and forth between being Mormon or an atheist and not religious, and he drinks, and if he wants to drink, he'll drink, because Mormons are anti-drinking, right? They're supposed to be. And that he's had lots of women, he loves women, like thousands, he said. And I'm like, okay, that's nice. I'm not thinking to myself, why are you telling me this? He's like, yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna go in and talk to my bishop, like if I were a bishop, that's what Mormon religion calls, I guess, what you might consider a priest or something in the Catholic religion. Like if I were a bishop and somebody came into me and said, you know, I went out Saturday and I had a few drinks, like, okay, you know, fine, don't do it again or whatever, like, is that what's in your heart? And then he talked about if a girl came to him and she was like, and he said inappropriateness, like if she fooled around, we'll just keep it PG-13. If she fooled around with a guy, like 5 guys, but you know, she was still a good person, like what was in her heart or something, some weird stuff. I don't freaking know. I don't know what, he was all over the place. It was all over the place. And then he would say, well, I mean, do you like to hang out? We could hang out. I don't know if you have to find a husband or what, but like if you like to go rock climbing or something. And I'm like, you know, I've been single for quite a long time. I'm pretty used to being single. I'm getting to the point where I don't really feel like I'm ever going to get married. So it's kind of what I'm setting myself up for. But I mean, I would go hiking. I'm not really into rock climbing, but yeah, he's like, oh, well, some girls, like, they have to have a boyfriend, they have to find a boyfriend, they have to find a husband. This guy was like all over the place. And then he would like reach over to the table and touch me and stuff. And he kept calling me dude the entire time. he kept calling me dude throughout the whole thing. He's like, you know what I mean, dude? And finally at the end I was like, yeah, dude. Because I say dude all the time. I call everybody dude, but I'm not going to call a dude, I'm not going to call somebody dude like every other word on the first date, first meeting. I was like, I've never been called dude so much in my life. And he's like, yeah, that's something I need to work on. I was like, yeah, dude. So kind of throwing it back at him. It was just strange. And then he was like, give me a hug. Well, then he was just saying weird things like, he's kind of like a little bit crude, because he would talk about, oh, you know, if I grabbed your boob, I don't feel like I would go to hell. I'm like, well, but you would get smacked. And he's like, oh, yeah. And then he would talk, and then he said something about the size of my boobs. Like, I don't even know what the heck I would just did. Like, dating is not fun. I just want somebody I can click with, that it's just a chore, and I could have been at home doing other things that I want to do. Hopefully that guy never calls me again. I mean, I can see why girls might get sucked into guys like him, but I just don't really want to be treated like that. And I just, so weird. So super weird. I am single for life. Now I am going to go home, go to bed, go to work, and do it all over again, except for not this date. All right, that's all.